Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the BTS series. We're live with SEA action coming your way. Finally, it's time for our last round of 16 matchup. This will be the final best of 3 before we get into the round of 8. That's where things get really juicy and where the big dogs are mostly waiting. So I actually forgot to update this, but Signature Trust will be playing Fnatic up there at the top. So the lone match for mating is MVP.HOT6 versus Space Critters. With that, we'll hop inside the draft and we'll welcome in Mr. WinteR. Hey, WinteR.
It's dinner time. You're keeping me away.
Well, we had a lot. You know the funny thing? That was a 2-0 series, but it still took over almost 3 hours. So you did not have a chance to sneak away for a meal. Sorry, WinteR.
It's okay. Buy me something good when I'm there.
Okay, well, that I can arrange. We'll take you out to Korean barbecue.
Is that the best you can do?
Korean barbecue is really good. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. Parker brought me to a very nice place when I was there.
I think it's our favorite food here, just because there's the all-you-can-eat option, and you know, in America, that's always in demand. We all like don't eat for like 8 hours if we're going to Korean barbecue, and then we just gorge ourselves. Anyway, I guess you don't have much to add to that. So let's talk Dota, WinteR. Lina first pick from the Space Creators. This is another kind of Aussie mix here. You've got X Musica and Tootie on the team.
Tootie is Singaporean.
Yeah, okay. Well, you have Musica at least, I guess.
Yeah, Musica is also actually Singaporean, but he stays in Australia. Velo is Australian.
I mean, anyone who's played on a team that's considered Aussie is Australian in God's book anyway, which means they have to be Australian in my book, lest he lynch me.
What? Okay. But they do have a very good opening, good solid opening. Lina plus Spirit Breaker right now.
Can't really go wrong with it. And HOT6 pretty strong as well. The Earth Spirit, the Earth Shaker Storm Spirit.
Dude, Spirit.
Oh, well, I really want to see him in Captain's mode. I'm looking forward to seeing how he does.
I will just bet all my money on Jarak's team when that happens.
Yeah, he'll suddenly become the best player in the world for a while anyway. Oh, all right.
That is a very early Huskar pick, but the first 4 heroes definitely very good for Huskar. So the last pick is a support that can deal with Huskar. So I guess Space Creators would then ban Ancient Apparition. Sounds fair to me.
Yeah, it really feels like Huskar is much more of a 5th pick, but I guess they've at least got one ban here to try and remove some of his counters.
4th pick is actually decent. It's good. 5th or 4th, either 5th or 4th. It's very similar to a Brood Mother pick.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And they don't really have the best counters. I mean, they're not awful here, but definitely not the best.
They're actually pretty awful. The first 4 are dealing with Huskar. They can't deal with Huskar. So what remains is gonna be good versus Huskar as AA as a support position, because HOT6 right now can only pick something that's a support position to deal with Huskar. AA is the one that comes to our mind. Then the next few is like you can pick Brain Sap. You can pick Bane because Brain Sap is pure, and you can hold the Huskar in position, but that is not as easy as a AA. AA you just need to focus on dropping your Ice Blast on the Huskar, then you're good to go.
Let's see, 5th ban now for MVP.HOT6.
This is tough. You ban Dazzle, I guess?
Yeah, some sort of strong defensive support, like a Dazzle, maybe a Wyvern's already banned. So.
Yeah,
Dazzle's also already banned.
Sorry.
Who else?
My hunger is taking over me.
Yeah, chat was saying you're very cranky. You're being rude to me.
What? I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Why?
You're cranky with hunger.
Okay, whatever, dude. So they banned Disruptor, which is good versus the Storm, good versus the Darkseer. So yeah, Space Creators will just take out the A. What else? Bane, other than Bane, what else works here? Let's see. My brains are not working. Okay, that's physical damage. That's pretty decent.
Yeah, Visage kind of that pocket pick that we don't... Some teams would run quite a bit, like Q from CDEC really liked Visage at TI, but a lot of other teams just completely ignored the hero.
Huh. But it's not like 100% counter, you know, like it's like, how should I put this? Maybe a soft counter, a 50-50 counter. It's not a total counter, you know. Huskar is like, he becomes a bad pick if the enemy has a lineup that counters you totally. And right now, I would say with what HOT6 have, Huskar is in a good position to dominate and control the whole game.
Reserve time.
Final
So,
pick. What do they want here?
A defensive hero that's available. What is a defensive hero?
Shadow Demon is available.
Baden, but not sure.
Baden Tree is available. I don't think he's very good this game, though. Actually, Tree's pretty terrible this game.
They can just go. They can just go for a normal. Yeah.
Witch Doctor, maybe.
Yeah, they can just go for normal support, maybe, instead of trying to gear too much towards a defensive support.
It also feels like they could use a little bit more control for the Storm. They're decent, but they're not like amazing right now.
Oh yeah, that's right. They have a Spirit Breaker, which is not reliable, and Lina obviously not reliable. So they definitely could work with something that disables the Storm directly. When we talk about those type of disables, it's always Hex, Lion, or Shaman. But Lion and Shaman are just general weak heroes in the lane that doesn't deal with the Darkseer very well. So they're just going to go for the Witch Doctor. Very normal support. Very, very normal. And some sort of sustain for the Huskar with the heal. Good team fight. But in this type of lineup, it's actually difficult for Witch Doctor to channel his ultimate in full duration because of the birds and the Storm Spirit being able to target you.
Draft is complete now. We'll get underway here in a moment. Best of 3 match coming up. Is this a Superman Huskar game, WinteR? I don't know if you saw the Miracle clip from yesterday.
Nope, I have not. But I have a feeling this would be a Superman Huskar game.
Okay, so you're expecting big things then.
Yeah, it's possible though. Against this sort of lineup, when you see a lineup like this, it's always possible for Huskar to be more than a Superman. You know, be a, I don't know, be a alien or something, a monster, a giant monster. He has very little enemies in this game, apart from the familiars and the right clicks of Gyro. And Gyro spends a lot of the most part of the early game dealing spell damage, which is Huskar's best friend.
All right, well, let's see if the Huskar delivers. And he's got some big shoes to fill if he wants to surpass what Miracle did yesterday. We'll start with SCT here on the Dire side. You've got Tootie on the Spirit Breaker. Death going to be playing the Lina. It's Velo on the Huskar. And Numat, the Witch Doctor. And that does leave X Musica, the wily old veteran, on the Queen of Pain. As for your Raiden squad, we've got Period playing the Gyrocopter. Ryzen, one of my favorite players from Korea, on the Visage. Really skilled support player. Dubu, the Earthshaker. Doctor on the Storm. And Forev on the Darkseer.
So the new faces are playing the core positions. The Gyro and the mid player, the Storm. Am I right?
It seems to be the trend in most regions, actually. Everyone wants the next Sumail or, Arteezy or maybe on their team.
Ryzen is very famous for his Rubik play at TI4 last year. He's a really skilled, like you mentioned, very skilled support player. I was actually kind of surprised that he got dropped out of the team.
Yeah, I felt like he was one of the strongest players on the team. I mean, obviously they went on to do pretty well, but I was also very surprised by that.
Yeah, it could be a lot of other factors, It doesn't mean that you're playing very well, then the team is going to keep you. It's always about the communication factors, I think a lot of the roster changes happen because of communication issues.
Yeah, and just, sometimes people just don't get along. Dota is a team game after all, so it's not just about your mechanical skill.
You have to treat your teammates like you treat your girlfriend. Is that fair?
I mean, minus the sex part, I guess it's fair enough. That can make things awkward on most teams, I would say.
Yep. That's like the basic rule of thumb, I always tell my friends trying to make a team, you have to treat your teammates like how you treat a relationship.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the basic rule is don't have sex with your teammates.
What? No. That's like a rule that everyone knows, you don't do that. It's a no-brainer.
Oh, WinteR, you crack me up. Mid lane, meanwhile. Oh, I only caught the end of it there. Doctor with the solo kill on Huskar at level 3. Huskar only with the 1 point in the Berserker's blood, and
We're too busy about talking about that, and we forget to even talk about Queen of Pin is actually safe lane and Husker is middle lane.
Man, that is not normally a kill that happens. I guess just got a bit too aggro.
Yeah, you keep like you talk about Husker mid. How you play is you always harass like what he's doing now. So he tends to get low. So one fissure and right clicks, you know. When you don't have your Berserker's Blood at a higher rank and you don't have armor at the start of the game, you're actually very easy to kill. Like it's all about getting past the early game for Husker. If you can get past the early game doing well and you get your armlet, then you start dominating the game. But before that, you're actually very weak.
Yeah, especially like that level 1 to 3 region.
Yeah,
or
this
so.
is something people actually underestimate about. Like, not to say underestimate, but they forgot about Husker. Husker is very weak for the first few levels.
Gold for me.
He needs, like you said, needs to get low. You want to harass with the fiery spears, and they scale a lot better in terms of the damage as you level them up. But at all levels, it's still the 15 health cost, so you don't actually do that much damage, and you take a ton early on. Rising going to be under pretty heavy assault here. As Death throws out the stun, but 2D doesn't really want to follow this up. They're going to walk under the gyro. They look for the turnaround. The follow-up blade stun is there. Patience, but not sure if it was enough. They do get the kill. Dubu with the 2-hero fissure, though. Might be able to clean up on Ryzen. Sal being denied to the neutrals. Oh, he does get the deny, and 2D forced to run away in the end. Very nicely played there.
That was a really, really good trade there. I was actually thinking that HOT6 might actually get the better of the trade because Shaker was coming from behind. But they sort of... I think they spread the damage too much. They didn't focus the same targets. And he dropped the soul assumption on the Spirit Breaker when the Gyro was trying to kill the Lina. So they didn't really focus on the same guy, and that resulted in them taking a very, very bad trade.
What do you make of the Queen of Pain safe lane? Do you like this more than the Queen of Pain mid in this game?
I actually think Queen of Pain mid is better, and just leave the... If you do Husker mid, it's like against very specific matchups, like against TA, I think. Against TA, Husker totally destroys the lane, but again against Storm is actually quite good if they didn't have the Shaker fighting, helping the Storm win the first kill. So in that sense that Husker mid is viable, but it's just far more risky than having the Queen. The Queen mid is just harder for the Shaker. You know, you don't see the Shaker getting a kill if it's a Queen mid.
And I guess the big issue though is he's not really a flash farmer like a Storm, and it can delay your armlet timing quite a bit.
Yeah, it's very detrimental to give up 1 kill or 2 kills in the early game as a Husker. So I guess they were kind of hoping the Husker to dominate the Storm, but it's just the over-aggression cost him because the fissure was just there to turn the situation around. But right now he's still doing alright though. He's on par with the Storm on CS, just 1 behind. He's starting the game much better control of the lane. Storm will be forced to bottle core.
And they have rotate 3 heroes in bottom. Dubu has fissure at the ready. Let's see, can they find that block? No dire vision right now. He is in a good position here. But they might have seen him walk in. I'm not sure.
They can only kill... Yeah, they seen him walk in. There's a ward actually. There's 2 wards on the same position. I think you didn't see it. They are both on the same spot. Dire and Radiant ward. So they definitely...
Seems they know. They're playing very far back. Already 2D with the urn and the orb. He's quite farmed here on the Spirit Breaker.
He got the kill. It was first blood, right? No, it wasn't first blood, but it was a kill on... He got the last hit on the gyro in the last exchange, so...
Yeah.
They gave him gold.
I do want to point out, Huskar hits level 6 here. He's not gone for the ultimate, though. Just
he actually didn't...
Point in inner vitality. Very early.
Alright. I guess he was actually expecting the Storm to get 6. That's why you don't want to have your ultimate against Storm. He has 1... I don't know. Maybe.
The heal's just not very good early on is the main issue.
No, it's actually got buffed though. He has very a good base heal now. So...
Oh, you're right. I must.
Yeah,
was that 6.84?
Yeah, 6 point, the recent one. So it's still really good at level 1.
Okay, yeah, so it's actually decent then. But either way, Death bottom lane, caught out by a fissure, will end up going down. Meanwhile, top, Forev, hunting Numot here. He's got the Ion Shell, only level 2, but it's enough to force him back. Well, that is interesting. I didn't realize that got buffed.
Yeah, they made it very good.
It used to be so bad at level 1.
They made it good at level 1 because of they give it a base health regen, you know, that's 10 base
instead of
health
just
regen.
percentage based, yeah.
Instead of all percentage, so it's actually okay at level 1. So if you do the calculations, 10 health base regen, 16 seconds, you get 160 plus your strength bonus.
2D with the big charge bottom, while Doctor rotates on top. He is level 6 now, has the Ion Shell, and with that, Numont gonna go down. Looking for X Music as well, walks into the Remnant, in fact. The Quap Bolt available, blinking, but Storm able to dodge. Now bottling up could turn this potentially with the Remnants. It's gonna be close. Musica also has the bottle charge. It does get it off, but it won't matter. The Doctor is in the house, and it's a quick double kill there for him.
Yeah, the Iron Shell just doing so much work there. Otherwise, the Queen would have been able to bottle up. And the other important thing that happened was the Queen didn't land the Scream of Pain on the Storm. He needed to land the Scream on both to ensure that he gets both the kills. But he didn't, and it resulted in her dying in return as well.
Yeah, good timing there by Doctor with the ball out, able to dodge away. Do you rotate 4F onto mid? Wanting to go, still no points in the ultimate.
Yeah, that's actually very weird though. I don't know. I feel it's weird not to get a point in ultimate.
He is close to armlet, and at this point, I guess he's figuring by the time I have my armlet, that's where I'll take the ult and really look for the fights. But it is definitely an unusual build.
I mean, you can still get the ult and get a free kill because you have ultimate, and you get your armlet early because of that.
Structures are fortified.
So I don't know about it. So we'll see whether it plays to his. I think he could have tried to kill the Dark Sailor if he had ultimate.
They are diving bottom. Charge came not available from 2D actually. He just used the Nether Strike only, but does get the Urn charges here. He could charge away, could charge in, and well, he can't go anywhere in fact, as he's fissured and then just dead. Quickly cleaned up by Ryzen and Dubu. Now Dubu able to grab as much.
The gyro is Sagun, right? Because he's dot. I'm not sure if he's Sagun.
Yeah, they have. Let me double check here. I just brought it up. They have Sagun and Doctor is actually his name.
Doctor is the mid player, so Sagun is the gyro.
Yeah. So Doctor doing pretty well so far mid, level 8, and leader in terms of net worth. They do have an Invis on Velo, but there's also a Sentry Ward in position. And he has gone back for the ultimate. Armlet is coming. Meanwhile, bottom, there was a charge. 2D gets the kill on the Visage. And they turn this. Rotation comes from Doctor, but that's a very tanky Spirit Breaker. Gonna need like 3 or 4 Remnants here. Also has to dodge the stun, and he won't even try for it. Just backs off in the end. His Velo hunts. They had that other Sentry which saw him. I think makes it out now, the Gyrocopter. Sagun will retreat. Velo's still hunting, but thwarted in his efforts, and Doctor even not an easy kill.
Top tower is under attack.
He's got the armlet, man. He wants to make things happen, but not finding it easy, WinteR.
I mean, getting armlet is one thing as well, but as Huskar, the other important thing is you want to get levels here. You want to get to level 10 ASAP, so you have max Berserker's Blood before you try and do those crazy things, you know.
Doctor just really not wanting anything to do with that Husk. Blows all his mana. But we'll make it out. They continue to dive, and Laguna already up on death to support Lina. We're only 10 minutes in. Very high level. They're going to use this armlet to siege a bit here.
This lane is very similar to the Tusk, but Lina lane. It's basically designed to do the same thing. Pressure and get kills early. And having Earthshaker and Visage is not very strong laning support, so definitely punishing that.
Halo now up to 500 HP. Elsewhere on the map, Musica will find the solo kill on Dubu. Dropping the ultimate for that as a hasted Witch Doctor roams through the enemy jungle. Doctor low. Already blew almost all his mana earlier. Getting charged right now. The cow could finish him off. They get vision for the cask here. The Maledict coming out, bouncing back to the Doctor. The Witch Doctor will finish him off. And Musica arrived just in time to punish Ryzen. All of a sudden, SCT getting aggressive. Ryzen blinking an auto attack. Dies to the Queen of Pain. Or have unable to support this too much. And the aggression from SCT just really ramping up now. The gold lead getting immense. 5k gold, 4k experience. They're in the driver's seat now.
Yeah, and this, we haven't even seen the Huskar really kick into play, you know. He already has his Huskar armlet, and the game is already going so much in favor of his team. So, right when that happens, it's going to be even harder for HOT6 to kill the Huskar. I think he's going to, once he gets his life drain, then it's going to be very tough for them to kill him. And level 10, like I stress level 10 a lot on Huskar. I think it's something that is very key to the hero, getting level 10 ASAP to max your Berserker's Blood.
And honestly, they can Roche quite early here with the Witch Doctor heal as well as the Spirit Breaker. They're going to jump in on Velo, but he's rather tanky. Wall getting dropped, a huge commitment for this one. He needs to get that armlet active as soon as possible. He will do so. Doctor explodes, and now Velo dives, dumping straight onto Ryzen. Got the armlet toggle this one. He will be successfully able to. His 2D engages, but runs right into the gyrocopter. One more auto tech from the tower, finishing him off. Velo committing for this. Has the dunk in 1 second time. Armlet toggle. He gets it. Spirit Breaker, Earn Charge, finding another kill, and now the jump onto Dubu. Kills him with the Enchant Totem. Just clubs him down. Close call there. The Courier in danger. Sprinting, but Boink will survive. Elsewhere, not done yet. X Musica blinking. Oh, didn't actually see the Darkseer there in time. Ends up being a win for SCT, but only barely.
Yeah, that would have been perfect if the Huskar managed to toggle the last enchant toggle. That would have been perfect for them.
Yeah, that Earthshaker not too shabby against the Huskar with the very high burst damage of the enchant totem when you level it up. But
yeah, we sort of didn't calculate the point there. Earthshaker is also good with this.
Yeah,
Huskar,
and he also has like the chain stuns to make it harder to armlet toggle, but still, it only works up to a certain point when he gets really tanky.
Unless you're a core shaker, then yes, I would say it's a reliable way of dealing with the husk.
He does have the Helm of Iron Will now, very close to his Dominator. At which point he can just walk into the Roche pit if he's got any kind of map control.
Looking at the other heroes as well, Queen of Pain is actually building a silence for the Storm, which is good this game. I think Orchid is good this game against Storm because the Queen of Pain is having a good time. Storm isn't having a good time, so that's actually a problem for Storm if the Queen actually gets the Orchid very early.
Look at the confidence here, WinteR. He's so far up in the mid lane and dunks. He dives onto 4F, just a quick initiation from the life break, but doesn't overcommit. Will back off. Still waiting for this rotation to complete. SCT moving on towards the lane. They may find Doctor in a good position here. They're up on the high ground, running in, jumping down, still searching for the opening. They get the ward down. They see Ryzen. They could set up on him. If Lina gets the stun off, it's an easy kill with the Laguna Blade, and they will find it. Not actually wanting to commit the Laguna may end up costing them here. Velo trapped under the wall. He dunks forward. Armlet toggling, but he's under the tower. The Death Ward going under 4. They lose him, but it comes at the cost of Musica cleaning everything up. Quick 3 heroes down. They lose the Witch Doctor as the trade, but now Gyrocopter can be kited. Bastion controlled. Musica securing 4 kills for the team. This has been a really good timing on the Queen of Pain. Always in the right place at the right time, and with that, nearly has the Orchid complete. Only 14 minutes in.
Yeah, that was a really big play from the Queen. I think he got 3 heroes, maybe 4, with the combo. Even though Huskar was like dead from the start, but the Queen did enough to carry his team. And like you mentioned, the fight could have been better because the Lina didn't. He wanted to save his Laguna. Otherwise, I think the fight would have been much cleaner for them.
2D working on the tower mid. The whole gang grouping up. Ryzen sits back. We'll get the last hit. Dominator now done, WinteR. Mid and bottom towers also down. Is it Roche time? Is it Roche time?
Yeah. It's definitely possible for them, and it's difficult for MVP.HOT6 to contest because I don't think they can actually win a fight if it's not near their safe zone, like near towers. Or if they take a fight in the open, it's difficult for them to fight. They probably would rush after taking care of all their lanes. They push the lanes and they find a suitable timing for rush.
Uh-oh. Orchid reveal from Musica. Doesn't have his ultimate, though. Not sure if he can do this on his own. Dubu is waiting with the fissure, patiently baiting Musica. Now pulling him in. The secondary Remnant is about to come out. Musica can blink away, though. He completes the kill on Doctor before jumping to the south. Very close. But not close enough. And now 2D will clobber them and clean them all up. 6 earn charges on this fella. He is just having a field day. They silence 4-up again. The early Orchid pickup doing a lot here. Charge through, even onto the Familiars doing damage as 4-up looks to retreat. Familiars, blink, commitment, and, well, now overcommitted and dead. 2D could be next. Lina arriving. Good timing here. 1 by 1 SCT. Keep on following up, but unable to get the kill. And didn't have the mana for the Laguna Blade. Only now getting it, but too late. Space created, though, because this is the Roche.
Definitely space created, and but the queen actually gave away a big amount of gold to the gyro. It was like 900 gold. So that's not something you want. That's like the last hero you want to give gold, apart from the storm. But like you mentioned, the Huskar, however, is gonna get Aegis right now. The next thing I'm considering if he actually gets the Greaves though this game. He might actually not need the Greaves, but I still think Greaves is a good item, a very strong item on Huskar.
Oh yeah, I really like Greaves on him.
See what can they take away with the Greaves? Maybe just the Orchid, which is not a big deal, coming from the Storm, but Storm doesn't have anything anyway. I think he just got a point booster. Yeah, he's really poor. Gonna be dead soon.
Yeah, I mean, oh, I'm getting distracted here. Musica finds Doctor and Doctor down. Not in the house and having trouble really getting his farm at this point. He was doing well early. He at one point was the leader in net worth, but now down in the middle of the pack. Even the off-lane 4-position Lina ahead, and man, SCT, 10k gold lead, 10k experience, aggressive wards everywhere, just basically having their way with MVP. This is very unexpected, I think, for a lot of the viewers. SCT just coming out of nowhere.
Lanes just went really well, and it's not the same HOT6 though, you have to remember. They made a huge roster swap, so I think
it may take some time.
Yeah, they start off even footing with everyone else. I don't consider them favorites. Here comes the charge.
Galloping deep. He will stop, and he stops right on top of a gyrocopter. Oh, he's already got a BKB. He probably could have committed on the Earthshaker with that, but he'll just play it safe.
He has a BKB, good. 17 minutes.
And, well, BKB down, but that's not going to stop him from charging directly in. Straight on the gyro. This time, Musica will be there, rotating through. With a blink, a Shadow Strike. This should be an easy kill. Silence is there. They slow him down. Maybe not easy. Bit too fast with the phase boost. They won't overextend. And while that was going on, tower top does go to down to the familiar. So a little bit of momentum from MVP.HOT6.
Really bad for HOT6 now. They have no answers to the Huskar, and it's not even the Huskar is being the only problem, right? It's the Queen. The Queen is doing a lot. The Spirit Breaker has magic immunity, so it's a huge amount of problems they have to resolve, and they don't have enough resources because everyone has a bad time in the laning phase.
And he's just got Blade Mail. Interesting pickup.
That's a good item on Huskar, and a good item versus Huskar as well, because Blade Mail return damage is pure damage, so a good tip against Huskar, build multiple Blade Mails.
Yeah, especially if you don't have any other pure damage. You know, actually, that's what they should have done yesterday versus Miracle, was get the Blade Mail.
Urn as well. Against Huskar, you always want to have an Urn charge, because Urn damage is pure damage as well.
Yeah. I mean, Urn's only good up to a certain point, though. When his Inner Vitality is maxed and he's got, like,
yeah, it's good
2k HP, it really doesn't matter.
It's good for the early portion of the game when he's still low level. And the other thing about Huskar is you don't really need an ultimate at level 2. So it's the same reasoning as, you know, as Tusk. You don't get a level 2 ultimate at 11 because it's not worth it. It's better to get your other spells, your Inner Vitality especially. I think this spell is really, really strong.
Yeah. I like the offensive potential of this as well, because he's got the Aegis, right? So not really worried about dying, and even if he does, he's going to bring one hero down almost immediately.
Is he even going to be dying one time, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if they focus him with everything and he dives, maybe, but twice is the real tricky part here.
Like, I think even once is tricky enough.
Wouldn't disagree. They're forced to split push. Doctor just trying to slow the game down, but look who's waiting. It's Musica again. Familiar double stun might allow Doctor to get out. Blink and a scream up in 1 second, and he gets him! No mercy from Musica. Sheesh. Doctor can't catch a break here.
He's having a very, very tough game, you know. After a start that... It was a pretty good start. He got a solo kill on the Husk, but after that it was not going too well for him at all. Don't even blame him though, it's just the lineup itself. It's very difficult what MVP.HOT6 have. And the safe lane as well, the Gyro plus Visage and Earthshaker, I mean, Earthshaker kind of is the roaming, so it's Visage plus Gyro didn't go well against the Tusk and Lina. So essentially, they lost 2 lanes. Darkseer didn't get too much. I mean, it's Queen of Pain and Witch Doctor, so kind of hard for him to get too much out of that lane. So lanes, the early game just didn't go too well for him.
They're going to push top now, grouping up and looking very fearsome here. Aegis it will be reclaimed though, so Velo got to be a bit more careful now. They have call down available, but beware the blade mail. Definitely beware the blade mail here for a lot of these heroes. As 2D finds a DD room. With this, anyone off on their own is just not going to have a good time. HOT6, I mean, kind of losing by default, WinteR, as they just 5-man everywhere, aren't really farming, getting punished when they do split push.
It's just they got caught by the Huskar. Huskars are one of the few picks like boot. Even, it doesn't mean that you play bad, you lose the game, it's just, you can't deal with the hero. They didn't even play that badly, it's just, they can't deal with the hero. So it's, they started at a disadvantage.
I mean, do you think there was a better pick than Visage that could have done more, or?
It was just the first 4 picks alone, and it's bad because of the Huskar. They got caught out off guard, I feel.
Oh, they ball in onto Velo. I'm not sure that's the hero they really want to catch. They need a lot of change. Some blade mail coming out. Oh, he does drop quickly, though. Armlet toggling. Death Ward's there to turn this. Queen of Pain in position. No ultimate for 5 seconds. Huskar still toggling. Still toggling. They can't kill him. He's God. And now Doctor will pay. Bashed and surrounded. Velo, a celebratory dunk. Just on his corpse. Stuffing the ball straight into his gullet. Now Dubu on the run. Ryzen stunned up and retreating desperately, but Death, oh, maybe turned on by the familiars here. There's the Echo Slam for Dubu. Not enough. Another slam, another jam, another kill, and a charge as well. Familiars likely to be next here. Forev retreating. No escape and no surrender. Velo, all of a sudden, yeah, 1300 HP. No big deal. Oh, maybe Familiar will get out. I'll take what they can get at this point.
Constellation prize. Familiar getting out.
You know you're losing when that's your consolation prize.
They have no way of killing the Huskar, you know. Every time against Huskar, you have to have some spell that can kill him when he's low. But right now, they don't have anything. Even the birds are not really dealing too much damage because he's getting armor items. All the items.
That's the thing is, like, physical damage sounds good against Huskar, but he always builds these armor items. Like, you're always going to have Dominator and Armlet, and that's already, what, 10 armor off the bat?
Blade Mail is another 5.
Yeah.
6, okay.
And if it's not a Blade Mail, it's often like an Assault Cuirass, pick up the Greaves as well, you mentioned.
Yeah, sometimes players even go for Tranquil Boots, which is actually kind of good on Husk as well.
Yeah, I saw Miracle went for them yesterday. So much of he has so much attack speed anyway that he doesn't really need the treads.
The treads is like good at farming when you're full, but overall in team fights, I guess it depends on lineup though. Sometimes you feel you can get away. Some lineups maybe you want a little bit more armor, then you go for Tranquils. It's not like he doesn't have like a dead build, you know. You have to go that item build all the time. He has so many options to choose from depending on the game.
Probably the most one-sided game I've cast so far here in the first BTS SCA
It's
Cup.
just like, I think the team as well, even though as much as I want to say that they got outpicked by the Husk, it's a really good pick there in the fourth selection for Space Creators. But HOT6 didn't really play that well in the lane as well. I didn't expect the Gyro plus Visage and the roaming of Shaker lane to lose so badly against the Lina plus Spirit Breaker. If they didn't lose that lane too much, I guess it's not too bad for them.
2D with the Shadow Blade, just forcing on all of Storm's mana, calmly walks away. And it's just one man. When just your Spirit Breaker and from the off lane can do that, it leaves everybody free to pretty much do whatever they want elsewhere on the map.
And they don't even have a really good hero to build Silver Edge against Huskar. Sometimes you want to build the item, but their lineup is like, who do you actually build it, even if you wanted to build it? Maybe the Gyro, but it's not that good on him. It's okay, but it's not great.
They continue to push in the lanes. Now, no outer towers remaining for HOT6. It's looking pretty bleak, WinteR.
Let's see what can they do to win. Even if they land a vacuum on, say, 3 or 4. 3, okay, 3 is like the most realistic number to get. it still doesn't mean they can kill the Huskar, you know, because they can bring him low, but they can't kill him. So that would be I think the best bet is just to try their best in team fight to get a huge vacuum fissure, and maybe the birds dropping at the end. That is like the best chance, and the wall of replica illusion, because that's physical damage, right? The illusion's hitting you. So that's like their best bet.
Yeah, I mean, they do have a lot of just crowd control in general if they get the vacuum fissure combo off.
Yeah, they have a lot of spread damage, but it's not enough. Like against Huskar, you need like a focus damage on him. You need like Laguna pure damage, or let's say Ice Blast, because he can't regen from that. Or a Brain Sap, pure damage. A spell that's pure
Or
damage.
like a Phantom Assassin with a really heavy right click.
Yeah, but against, like, the thing is, like, even against Phantom Assassin or TA, all these heavy right clickers, Huskar can deal with them by getting a Ghost Scepter. So the hero is like, okay, he's weak against physical damage, but he can actually itemize towards what he's facing. That's what makes the hero so strong, you know?
As well as the fact that he's almost always a 4th or 5th pick.
Yeah.
Nobody's
yeah,
first picking Huskar.
You first pick Huskar, you see some AA, next pick and whatnot. TA. And even Brood Mother. Huskar is actually super weak against Brood Mother. You can't do crap against Brood.
Yeah, you're always missing. He's got the heavy right click damage as well.
It screws you in the lane, you know. You can't do anything against the Brood in the lane. You get owned by the Spiderlings.
Well, Musica's quietly farmed up 2 big items. I have yet really to see him use them too much. Only 1 BKB charge expended, and just a casual Shivas as well. 15k net worth. I mean, he's just basically AFK farmed as of late.
How is Shiva's a casual item, my friend?
I mean, I'm saying the fact that it's casual is what's impressive. You could just, yeah, I'll buy a Shivas. Why not? It's like you walk into a store and, you know, yeah, I'll buy like $1,000 worth of sneakers just because I can. No big deal. Some Yeezys.
I imagine Mr. LD walking into a Chipotle store and casually buying 1,000 Chipotle.
1,000 Chipotle. Is that a unit of measurement? They vacuum music up to the high ground. Kind of a cute play from 4F, but not much. And the Solar Crest, Velo's best friend. Now a completed Satanic to go with it as Tootie charges in deep with the Laguna. 4F down off the bat to start the fight, and now they turn onto the Gyrocopter, who gets bashed and bashed again and completely dunked and surrounded. The Doctor also falling, just as kind of ancillary damage, really. 4 down, 20k deficit. It's over, WinteR. It really is. There's no comeback here for HOT6.
There is definitely no comeback. The lineup doesn't. They're just too far behind though. Even though they have late game, but being too far behind is just too much for them to handle. And this Huskar pick proving to be not only a menace in the pub games, but a menace in the high level games as well.
Seems to be one of the trending heroes in the post-TI era.
I tell you, dude, in the pubs, like in the China pubs, people just like casually 3rd pick Dazzle and 4th pick Huskar. I'm like, what do we do against that? Dude, we can't pick AA. Then we're like so screwed. People like even plan to pick Huskar. Like Huskar plus Dazzle at the right lineup is like instant win, you know.
They didn't see it coming. They get punished, WinteR, and there you go.
Even if you have Lash Rock, it's not. Huskar is very good at dealing with Lash, so you have to make sure that you have an all-rounded drop, you know, to make sure that the Huskar pick will never catch you off. Not too much spell damage.
All right, well, they get ambushed by the Huskar. That makes this a 1-0 series so far. Best of 3, though, folks. The new HOT6 roster looking to bounce back here. We'll take a quick break when we return. Game 2 in the series.